Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, March 4th, 2022. Thanks so much for popping in to see what I've been up to. I am so sorry, little yarny friends, that I have not been on in quite a few days. I looked last night and I was like, man, it's been a freaking hot minute. But I've just been busy with doctor's appointments and work and life, and I sound a little weird because I'm not even through my first cup of coffee. I wanted to get this video done and up. I've gotten messages wondering where the heck I am. Ugh, sorry. And yeah, so I might have a few mistakes and can't find my words this early without my coffee. Anybody that knows me would be like, what are you doing without your first cup of coffee down and you're trying to function and you're speaking? So, yeah, we have been kind of early spring cleaning, moving stuff around in the house and getting rid of stuff, and that's only maybe 3 rooms and we're not finished, but I have not had a lot of time to crochet, unfortunately. It's really bumming me out because, I love to do that before and after work once the housework is done. And that's why there really hasn't been a video, because there just hasn't been anything new and exciting. But today I figured, let me just get it done before the weekend, and then next week's roller coaster stuff starts. So I think I will start with this blanket that is taking up a lot of my time. Ugh. This blanket is what I was commissioned for to make, and it's taking me a while because I'm just trying to fit it in. All the yarns are Big Twist from Joann's, and I have my one color still attached. The one I'm on right now is the soft gray, and for this blanket I chose a 6mm hook, and this is where I'm at right now. So the person would like it to be for a double size bed. And if she ever catches a video, don't think I don't want to do it. It's just, if you crochet, you know that when you go so long on a big project, you're kind of like, am I done yet? So I can move on. But anyways, so I am using the soft gray, a darker gray, black, red. She said I could throw in white if I needed to. I haven't done that yet, but you never know. I'm whipping through these skeins. Like, luckily I have some more, because I don't know if I ordered enough. I thought I did the math, but Alright, so anyways, this is where we're at. This is folded. It is wide enough for a double. And I started with the red, the black, the soft gray, red, black, dark gray, red, black, and then back to the soft gray. And this is with the little windows. I had mentioned before I did this pattern when I did one of Nan's Next Knots, and the lady saw this blanket, liked the texture, and wanted one for her son's bed, which is fine. But when you do Nan's Next Knots, you're doing like 6 rows a week and you move on with life. Well, she's hoping by Easter, because I talked to her and I'm like, listen, April 1st is like, and so but we'll see. She said there's no rush, but I just want to get it done because I feel like it's holding me up. And you know, when you've got a project to complete, especially when people are waiting, you want to be done. Ugh. Excuse my ends. Take care of those when I do the border. But yeah, that's from that red to that gray. That's what I have done so far, but in the width of a double bed. So it's getting there. You know, every time I sit down for a few minutes, I'm picking this up, trying to put at least 3 rows, you know, on it. But I gotta be a little more diligent, I guess, just so I can do the happy dance that it's done. But all right, so there's that. And I'm sorry I hit the camera again. I'll have to move my tripod back a little bit. As you can see, I took the desk out and figured I could use more yarn storage, but then I also got rid of another little side table that held like my binders full of patterns, which are on the bottom and you can't see. And then, you know, you have to have a little decoration. And then I was like, oh, well, so much for yarn room. But yeah, and then I brought in a regular table that I can sit at, put my stuff on instead of continually reaching behind me. And I've got the tripod right up to the table, so I'm sorry if I get to be a little jiggle. So then the next thing I was working on was, every month I am doing a pattern for the Havana Afghan. And there's that. Paid for pattern. This is what I would really like to be working on all the time, but I can't. So I am on pattern 3 because we are in March, and the last time I was on, I did not have pattern 2 completely finished. So I did that, plus had my first of the 3 March sections. So for this one, I am alternating the light and dark gray. I have the dark gray, and then I have Crafter's Secret purple, which this gray is darker than it's showing up. So once I started doing the pattern, the colors aren't very contrasty like the first 2 sections. So I was debating whether to rip it out or not, and then I'm like, no, you don't have time for that. So just, it's for me, just go with it. Next time, you know, I'll try not to do that using a 5mm hook. So to recap, now again, I'm 5'7" and I can almost completely stretch my arms out when I hold this blanket out. So this was January. I think it was a medium purple and dark gray. Then for February, I did a medium teal and the light gray. So I wasn't completely finished when I had the last video. So here this is now. And then this is one completed section of March. And again, you can see that the gray and the purple are not a big contrast, which was a mistake on my part. But like I said, I am not ripping it out. So I will know next time if I have a dark color, or if it's time to use the dark gray the next time. I gotta go with a lighter, not such a dark purple. But because like there was a couple shades of teal and a couple shades of purple, I didn't want them to be in the same sections next to each other. So yeah, this is just want to make sure you can see it. But that's March, and I will repeat that 2 more times, and then March will be done. Okay. Then if you've been watching my videos since the beginning of the year, I am also doing the Glorious Granny Square with Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy, pattern by Fiber Spider. Have not picked that up yet for March, but I have the project basket out in the living room by my chair, so I can start that. I also need to do, I thought I only had one more square left for the applique blanket, but looking at it being 4x4, I don't think it's going to be quite big enough. So I'm going to do 5 more squares, and then it'll go, I'll probably do 4x5, and of course they're not all going to have appliques because that would just drive me insane. And then, but those squares whip out quick. I'm hoping this weekend to get at least the squares done, maybe start the applique part, because I really need that blanket by the beginning of April. So basically I have a month to finish that. The appliques are done, just need to put them on the squares and put the squares together in the border. And also Crystal's One Hat Wonder with the Sesame Street crochet along, the first square came out on the 1st, which was Tuesday, and she chose Elmo, which I'm going to follow right along with her. Have to do that as well for an upcoming whip. And then, as if that wasn't enough, a friend of mine from work is going to be doing 2 craft shows. I've never done one. I thought it was going to be, a future thing, of course, because I thought it would be fun. And so one's at the end of April and one's at the end of July. And she's like, hey, come share my tent with me. There's enough room for us each to have a table. Bring your stuff and sell it. And I said, well, April, there's no way I would have, even half a table full of stuff at the rate I'm going. But the one for the end of July, I said, yes, I want to do that with you. So I started looking through my patterns to find small, simple things so that I could start crocheting them. So I have one thing to show, and so these are all free patterns on Ravelry. This one is called the Contemporary Coaster, and I think she said the pattern called for maybe 3.5 millimeter hook, but I really don't like small hooks, so me, had to do something different. So Missy D Designs is who that pattern is from. But again, it's on Ravelry for free. I just typed in coasters. I figured I'd start there. The first ones, I went up to a 4mm hook, and my tails are not woven in, so bear with me. So I grabbed a mill-end aqua blue and white out of my cotton scrap container. So I can't tell you what those are, but they came in cotton mill-end bags that I actually got a couple years ago. So these are 2 from a 4mm hook, and I thought those are kind of big for a coaster, right? But I did go ahead and make 2 with the 4mm hook, and figured, if someone has like a soup bowl or something else that they want to set down, and you could slap her on there, or if you have a bigger water cup, because the warm weather will be coming, and this is in the end of July, that I would put these together as a set of 2. And again, I know normally you would charge 3 times the cost of materials, so that's still a work in progress for me because I've never done a craft show. But so then I went down to a 3.75 hook and got this, which still seems pretty close. I mean, it's just maybe this little edging smaller than the 4.0. So but I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and make 4, so I have 2. And then when I got home from work last night, when I got out at 11, I made almost 2 more. It seemed to go a little faster if I did the blue, then the white, then the white. And then I'll just add the row of blue, and then these 2 will be done, and then I will have a set of 4. Then I'm going to move on to a different pattern, because I would like to try each of the patterns that I have for coasters and maybe dishcloth sets, get some scrubbies. I have a pattern for face scrubbies, and I also have one for cotton like headbands just for decoration. Right on the pattern it says a good craft show project. That was by Creative Grandma. So small projects that I can whip up, get a bunch of, to show like I'm getting somewhere in between this blanket. And and then the round red rings that I did for the towels that wrap around your stove handle or your dishwasher. I'm going to make up a bunch of those in different colors, and then just go and buy some towels from the Dollar Tree, because they have such cute towels, and have those as sets. I thought about going now and seeing if they had any just like everyday towels besides like the holiday towels, because I think it's like July 24th is the craft show. So hopefully that will give me enough time to come up with some stuff. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know I'm still here and give you the small update that I have. Let you know some of the things that I will be working on, hopefully this weekend. in and out of appointments next week and work and all that fun stuff. But please like and subscribe and share if you want. Leave me a comment or an email. I love talking to everybody. And have a great weekend. And we'll see you next time. Bye.